Hello, folks. Bill and Brian here with Energy Road. Today, we're going to be talking about natural gas. Brian, roll the logo.
You got it.
Hey, everyone. We're glad to see a few people watching. And today, we're going to talk about natural gas. So we got the title up there, Nat Gas is either $4 by Christmas or is it going to be a $2 turkey? Brian, where are we going, man? Let's talk about this.
Well, listen, a lot of people this week were reeling a little bit because we went from 280 all the way down to the low 260s. We're now down in the 260s. So a lot of people are staring at where we're at. And yesterday we had a big tumble, and it did tumble on some news of ample supplies and cooler U.S. temps. But we take a look at some of the data, and some of the data that we are looking at is not supportive of this for the balance of the summer, which really sets up a very interesting fourth quarter. So what do you think the fourth quarter is? Well, let's first take a look at where the balance of the year is trading. Now, when you take a look at where the balance of the year is trading, November is already at 314 and December is at 356. So question is, are those numbers going to hold? Does December come down? Does November, December come down? And does everything go back up? What are your thoughts on that, Bill?
Well, the answer to that question is yes. It's going to go back and forth a lot, but I feel strongly that we're going to see a very strong $3 throughout the fourth quarter. And I think there is a possibility, depending on some weather, that we could hit that $4 by Christmas. I really, it's higher than 50% in my mind, anyway.
It's a bold target, but if you think about it this way, it's about 50 cents off from current trading in December. So let's take a look at prompt month.
I'm going to take that based on rigs, but let's go ahead and look at the prompt month.
So prompt month, we did come back off. Now, yesterday was a combination of storage day and the August contract settle where we rolled into September. So that skews things to where there's a lot of options plays. There's a lot of different things happening in the market. Today's trading activity and Monday's trading activity is really going to set the stage. But when you take a look at demand, what everybody is, well, let's take a look at the balance of the market. So when we look at the balance of the market, you've got supply, which is going to be driven by dry gas production and net Canadian imports. So most of that is coming from dry production. That makes sense. All these charts are interactive. This is on our platform Rogue Edge, which gives you access to 150 charts plus weekly videos with our insights on energy fundamentals and energy technicals for oil, gas, natural gas liquids, and refined products.
And you can sign up for that at energyrogue.com.
Yep. It's only $89 a month. And if you're curious about it, there's a connection. You can book a meeting with us. We'll be happy to discuss it with you. So when we take a look at supply, we'll get to production in a second, but 101 BCF a day is where our current production is. Let's take a look at demand. Electric demand has been off the charts. Industrial about the same. LNG exports is going to be very interesting as the balance of the year goes out, and Mexico exports. So let's take a deeper dive. And one thing I want to I want to start with a circumstance, or not a circumstance, but I want to start with taking a look at our usual 5-year, or not usual 5-year, our usual cycle on storage injections. Typically, when we start injection season, which starts in April, we start injecting, and we inject a lot April, May, and then it starts dropping off how much we're injecting. It's the blue bars that we're looking at, and then enters this trough, and that's because it's hot. So there's less gas to go into
That's electrical
storage.
demand right there.
So when electric gets more moderate, we're currently in the hot period. When it gets more moderate, there's more gas that goes into the ground. So when we take a look at this, September and what is this? Early October. Last summer, this set the stage. That set the stage for the winter. And we injected a lot, but I want to take you through something. Last summer, Freeport was down. And we were adding close to a BCF a day every single month in supply. So we were adding a BCF a day in supply. Freeport was down, so we had less demand, and we were bringing on more supply, and we had a hard time keeping up with storage injections. Okay. This summer, we have continued to increase our gas, but we are starting to tip down to where we're hitting declines. And there's a longer thesis there. We're not gonna hold this down for that, but there's a longer thesis because every month the shale production regions decline by 3.3 BCF a day. And we currently are bringing on less than that on a month-by-month basis. On the weekly, we're kind of treading water, but this is before the impact of the recent rig drops. Because when did we start dropping rigs, Bill?
We stopped. I mean, really, it's a significant drop in, I think, June, July.
So the rigs dropped in June, and pretty sharply. I mean, we've dropped roughly 100 rigs since the beginning of the year.
And realize rigs are a leading indicator of about 60 to 90 days.
And this sets the stage for further declines. So we're currently, let's take a look at the week-by-week basis. So on the supply, let me take off that. So as you can see, we're kind of topping out. This is back from April. we kind of pop up, but then pop back down. We're kind of treading water for the last 3 months, and that's before the rig drops have taken place. So we're projecting that supply is going to be dropping. Let's take a look at demand. Now, this is really remarkable when you take a look at this demand. Let's actually take industrial out of this, because industrial pretty much is not a swing player.
Yeah, it's a flat.
So when you take a look, you can see the red getting deeper into the total mix. That's because we have been hot, and we expect this to continue to grow and continue to increase.
And look at that compared to last year, Brian.
Yeah. So, well, let's actually just take a look at only electric. And how far back does this go? You can see this goes back to, I think, 2016, this data set. We are setting new highs. So our highs are higher and our lows are lower. So electric year on year, last year's peak was around 42. We're at 46, 45. 45.7 this past week.
Yeah.
So electric. Now there are forecasts for moderation in August, but the next 7 days are going to be very hot. And we had one. Let me go back up to this one. We had an injection with 16 BCF a day. That's on par with last year. Last year was 15. We may be looking at single digit injections this next week. So when we take a look at September and October, those are really going to determine whether we're going to have a $2 turkey or a $4 Christmas. And I've got my money on a $4 Christmas. So
All right,
I,
so you're
I'm
bullish and I'm bullish. I think it'll be at least Christmas where we see $4. I'm pretty confident in a $3 fourth quarter. $4 could push out past it might be a $4 New Year's. I'm not sure. So that's what we have, folks. Listen, we appreciate you joining. Brian, anything else?
I don't think so. If you're interested in any of these charts or learning any more about Energy Rogue, you can go to energyrogue.com, link down below. If you're curious about how you could get access to these 150 charts plus become part of our Rogue Nation. Oh, wait, we do have some questions. Alex, thanks for chiming in. Lots of foreign coverage of U.S. technical analysis out there. But the YouTube real numbers approach to the supply. Thank you, Alex. I really appreciate it, and really appreciate it. Basically, Alex is recapping that there's a lot of technical analysts focusing on the U.S. market. We focus on a fundamental approach on supply and demand, which means short term we could be wrong, and we are often wrong. But
So,
go ahead.
Alex, the big question that's always asked, and in fact, it's that Brian and I even argue over is: does technical drive fundamentals or fundamentals drive technical? It always is a question, and once again, the answer to that question is yes.
Yeah. So, well, what we do, if you look at the fundamentals are going to be the broader approach, and typically, when we're looking at it, we are not looking. When we say we're bullish, it does not mean next week it's going up. It could go up, it could go down. We're saying over the next 6 months or we have 5 months left in the year. Over the next 5 months, we are going to see an upward trend because the fundamentals on production declining. We are going to be very dependent on weather. So weather not only in the U.S. but also in Europe, because
Right.
European, and Alex, if you want to learn more, we can dive into a little bit more. But the basis
Yeah.
on a location of what we take a look at is Henry Hub versus TTF and JKM. And JKM is Japan, Korea. That's what LNG is worth on the import side. And TTF is in the Netherlands. But when we take a look at all of this, we look at this upward channel. We could oscillate down another 20 cents and we're still going to be bullish. So it doesn't
Right.
mean we're wrong. It means we're wrong in the right time scale. So our time scale is kind of longer. Well, Bill's laughing at it. He's going to make fun of me.
No. I just say,
I'm sounding like a technical trader, aren't I?
I know you're getting a techno babble.
Yeah. Okay.
So,
Anyway, I'm getting a technical. Alex, thank you so much for dropping in. We do have a LinkedIn user, great content. Appreciate you. Appreciate you watching. So our projection is a continued march upward. And if you want to learn more, you can book a meeting with us down below. Feel free. You can also email us. We're here for you, so we want you to be successful. So that's pretty much all I got. Do you have anything else?
I just want to tease you. Next week, we're going to see if this $80 oil holds. That'll
Yeah.
be interesting.
Next week, we're going to go a little deeper on crude oil. So crude oil, there's a lot of interesting things happen. So come back, listen to us. Appreciate you watching. Thanks so much. Hope you have a great weekend.